Don't expect this suppressed wail, this claw from underground to sound familiar. It is not a mistake that my entire body is the question every silence answers. I am their mother, stooped and accidental saint. I am the Google eye beneath the fold, the tortured paragraph you skip. I apologize for being the kink in your day, apologize for my crooked beet red weave, my fluid-filled ankles, my double negative grief. That's my son splayed there, my son crumpled there, my son lying there, my son collapsed there, my son positioned there, my son repositioned there, my son dumped there, my son hidden away there, my son growing blue there, my son locked down there, my son hanging there, my son bleeding out there, growing frigid there, deposited there, inside the chalk there, being bagged there, on the slab there, crushed there, rearranged there, blooded and motionless in the doorway, on the stoop, down the block, in front of his kids, just inside the barber shop, face down in the street for 14,400 seconds, outside the bodega, inside the bodega, in the alley behind the bodega, on the videotape, a block from home, at home, poised to look thuggish, posed to look more animal, posed with one of the city's gruff and ready soldiers gushing over the kill. That's my son not being alive there. That's my son buried there. And here I am bawling into Channel 5's winking eye, but when I speak, you hear nothing but your own voice saying nothing. Romaine Brisbane, 34, Phoenix, Arizona. The unarmed black father of 4 was shot to death when a police officer apparently mistook his bottle of pills for a gun. This I understand. I am the first mother of mistake. Everywhere I turn, my children are being renamed. Every breath of my offspring was unleashed snarl, fingers thick and dark as the barrels of guns. Light always disappeared in his huge hands. Forgive him. He had spent his whole life reaching. Nothing good was ever there. Nothing good ever reached back. Tamir Rice, 12, Cleveland, Ohio. Officer Tim Lohman shot and killed the boy who was holding a BB gun seconds after spotting him at a park. It has since been decided that Tamir was responsible for his own end. I'm a mother now, but I was 12 once, 12 and skipping and scalloped socks and twirling and unkilled. We had little silver pistols that startled and popped sparks. We had handcuffs and air-hard balls we threw at each other, aiming for the gut, for the head. We learned to dodge what was born to break us. We made bullet sounds with our mouths. We screeched with glee, murdering ourselves over and over. Like Jerry, that cartoon cat, we fell down, we got up. Fall down, get up. I see now that the getting up was wrong, a paragraph not meant to be part of the story. I'm sorry that I bended for so long after my boy's little body, praying him into cartoon. His sister, handcuffed in the back of the cruiser, screeched like a feral cat. Kajim Powell, 25, St. Louis, Missouri. Powell was accused of shoplifting energy drinks. Cops said he approached holding a knife in an overhand grip. They shot him dead 15 seconds after they arrived. Video shows that Powell's empty hands were at his sides. I am the mother of the dark magicians. Their 1,000 limbs flash like the overseer's whip, misting in and out of your sight line. They can be behind and in front of you, charging at you with their patented flared nostrils or whistling on a side street 3 blocks away. It's safer to remove the threat. If he's not there, he will be. If he hasn't, he is about to. If a knife's not in his hand, it's in his hand. If his hands are up, his hands aren't up. If he's screaming, "Don't shoot," he's clearly saying, "Please help me fall down." Oh. Victor White III, 22, Iberia Parish, Louisiana. Police say he killed himself while handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser. Remember the story of that colored boy who hanged himself with somebody else's hands? That was my boy. It's an old story, true in the way that those kind of truths are. That was my boy. My sons have always been the river wall, the odd lump in the summer soil, dark magicians stronger than any root or conjure. I didn't teach them, but they learned. They put a knot in that noose, then damn if they don't slip it down and make a tight circle till their breathing gets little, then gets gone. And here's the good part. Their hands tied behind their backs the whole time. Chavis Carter, 21, Jonesboro, Arkansas. Police say he killed himself while handcuffed in the back of a police cruiser. Are you impressed yet? My babies can do anything. Everything with no hands, with no feet, with no breath. That huge, scary black body bends and slithers, tangles and stretches, curlicues, and twists itself into the shape of a 45, with which he then shoots himself. Are you impressed yet? My babies can do damn near anything, except rise from the dead. Jonathan Farrell, 24, Bradford Farms, North Carolina. After being involved in a traffic accident, Farrell knocked on the door of a nearby house for help. The woman inside called the police. They arrived and shot him 10 times. My son said, I just had an accident. I need to use a phone. She said, you're black. My son said, it'll only take a minute. I need to call the police. She heard, call the police. My son said, I know it's late, but I just had an accident. She said, 911. He said, okay then, you'll call 911? She said, you're black. The police said, is he black? She said, he's black. When the gun arrived, it said, I just had an accident. The gun 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 said, I just had another accident. The gun said, oops, one more accident. The gun said, I just had an accident. The gun said, I don't know what's wrong. The gun said, I just had an accident. Kendrick Madade, 19, Pasadena, California. Chased and shot 7 times by 2 police officers after a 911 caller falsely reported being robbed at gunpoint by 2 black men. I give my boys names anybody can remember. Scapegoat, Target, Perp Walk, He Did It, Identify, Chokehold. I never liked the name Kendrick. He was such a quiet child, his empty arms always at his side. When he was born, I tried my mouth around the names victim, accident, oversight, bullseye. But it wasn't until I named him 2 black men with a gun that things really got interesting. Kenneth Chamberlain, 68, White Plains, New York. His life alert necklace was triggered by mistake. When the police responded, he refused to open the door, saying he did not need help. The police broke down the door, tasered him, and shot him dead. This one's easy. The officer just wondered how my child got to be that old, that stooped, that irreversibly nighttime. You need our help, boy, they said. You need our help. You just don't know you need our help. Let us in. Let us all the way in. Let us into your gas stove, your couch, your tousled bed, your rat skittering blue note behind the trash. Let us into miracle of your upright. Your heart's not right. Your heat's not right. You're running a fever. We feel that strange furnace through the wood. We're here to help. We're here to fall you down, to douse your flame, which is all your little life ever was. Oscar Grant, 22, Oakland, California. After reports of a fight at a train station, police detained Grant. He was lying face down on the platform, resisting arrest, when a police officer shot him in the back of the head. The officer claimed he had meant to use his taser. What can I say? Mistakes were made. In so many ways, he was already dead, still there, holding his breath, trying to disappear, needing to become the air, struggling to drain himself of color. Who wouldn't see why you pulled out the bang bang instead of the crackle crackle, the pop pop instead of the snap snap, the gun instead of the stun? Amadou Diallo, 23, New York. 4 plainclothes officers fired a total of 41 shots at him outside his apartment in the Bronx. He was hit 19 times. He was armed with a wallet, which an officer mistook for a gun when he pulled it out of his pocket. 41 shots were fired at one man. 41 shots. He was a man, not a battlefield. His body was not at war with you. They were men, not battlefields. Their bodies were not at war with you. Boys, their battlefields are on the other side of the world from your war. They are my sons, my soldiers, but you own the battlefield. They are my battlefields, not sons. You must rid your body of their wars. I am the mother of wars, giving birth on the battlefield. Yes, I am their mother, a stooped and accidental saint. I am the voodoo mama, the source of dark handcuffed magic. I populate your world with these obstructions, these dangerous assumptions, these ogres dressed in white chalk. How foolish I was to celebrate the day these perps slipped from my womb. What a fool I was to give them life. So I have stomped upon my anger. I have stopped crying. I will give them back to you, their heads once again slipping with blood. I give them back to you as they were in their very first day, one by one, gasping, their eyes stunned open. I will whisper to them, fall down, please, fall down. And I will hold them down with my heart. I give them back so that they may be born unto you and away from me, as they were when they first came here. Desperate for the idea